Thank you to Tomtoc for sponsoring this episode. Hey guys, and welcome everyone to the Uncle Geeb Podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Geeb, and with me is Host Street Media Gaming. We record this podcast live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, or anywhere you can find a podcast. You can also watch our video podcast over on youtube.com/DripGeeb, or check it out over on Spotify and YouTube podcasts, or it's YouTube Music, whatever, sorry. Drip, how are you doing this week, man?
I am having a wonderful week. All my children are here, so I've got zero work done, but I went to the pool yesterday, so that was fun.
Very fun.
And I just ate some spicy wings, and I'm leaking from my face.
You are? You were, and I'm sure you probably still are.
I still am. Just trying to...
Drip's a little sniffly boy over there. He's not crying because not crying because we're not getting a Switch NX this month. It's because he's eating habanero hot wings.
Or are we?
Ooh, oh no, Drip. That's what we're talking about this week, guys. We're going to be diving into the leaked. I'm going to go leaked like this with quotations in my fingers. Leaked information regarding the Switch NX2. The codename NX2 apparently has been revealed, and you know what? We'll get to that in a second. But we have some other business to take care of first here. First, again, I'll ask you one more time. How was your week? You went swimming?
Yeah, we went swimming yesterday. We went to there's a public pool, like a public pool. It's very close to my house, but they got a diving board and stuff. They got water slides there. Man, my 7-year-old was rocking the water. I didn't see her the whole time we were there. She just left. She's just going up the water slides around everybody else is in the pool. I saw her at the bottom, and then she just head back up the steps. She loved that. We went there yesterday. We went to my mom's house for the 4th of July. That was fun. What'd you do for the 4th of July?
So we talked about this a little bit, but I went to Abby's uncle's boat. It was he has a boat over on Lake Racine in Wisconsin. That sounds
very pretentious, very, very high class.
It's not like it's a boat. It's a nice boat, but it's not a yacht. I mean, like when I heard her uncle had a boat, I'm like, oh God, he must be healthy and it's like a modest person's boat.
Does her uncle wear a monocle?
No. It's like I would call that boat if your mom could buy a boat. I'm no assumptions here. Your mom probably has money, but let's just say your mom was a nice middle class lady. That's the kind of boat she'd buy. It's nothing crazy. It's very modest.
Just a boat.
It's just a boat, man.
But
I think he actually explained to us it's like a fisherman's boat, so it's got it's a nice big back cabin portion, and it's been it's got tinted in with some felt, and it's very nice. But anyway, that was really nice to spend 4th of July there. We watched some fireworks on the boat. That was fun.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we did go downtown to do fireworks on what day was that?
By the way, happy 4th of July to our listeners.
Oh yeah,
by the way. Yeah, we're just if you're American, America. Happy Independence Day.
No, what night did we go see fireworks? Was it Saturday? Oh, huge thing happened. My oldest daughter got to go see Taylor Swift Friday night in Cincinnati.
You mentioned that last week. Yeah.
Oh man, dude, flip that. Her life has changed forever, dude. Life has changed forever.
Did she get the touch, Taylor, and the little finger wiggles?
No, but she got a hoodie and she's been wearing it all week. I bet it smells really bad. I've been trying to keep my distance a little bit. The stains have built up every day.
I would say the beer, the drip, the beer stains on it, but she's way too young for that.
She's 12. She's not drip. Yeah, she's not. The only beer that would be spit on is me maybe spilling it on her. But
right.
I try not to do that to my children.
Yeah, that's a good father thing to do.
Try to not do that. So
yeah.
She needs to wash it though. She won't take it off though. She's super excited about that. I got all the videos. She was cussing. So why are you cussing?
Not good.
She's dropping. Not good. She dropped an F-bomb in a video. I was like, whoa, hold on. You're disappointing your father right now. I'm hurt. I'm sad. I don't like what's happening right now. But she had a great time with that. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's been a good week. It's been a very busy week.
Same here, man. I took off. I still did some stuff. We did a couple streams. I've been working on a Tomtoc video, which I promised Tomtoc I'll get out very soon. But we're working on it, and I just didn't I went really hard the week of the direct and the week after the direct because of the Pikmin craze I was going through. So this week was a lot more tame for me. I pretty much didn't do anything Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. Wednesday is kind of when I went back to.
And you
did a little bit of work
today.
I did stream today. I'm going to stream tomorrow. I did some work on Saturday that you guys saw the video. Thank you guys for watching that video. That was the I think I posted Zach's episode with Zach where we did the draft, the Switch Pro draft. Yeah, if the Switch, all this news of the Switch NX recently, Switch 2 NX, whatever. You check out that video that we did with Zach a couple weeks ago. And reposted as its own video, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. You streamed Wind Waker today.
I did stream Wind Waker today. I'm let's just say this, Drip. I've had you had your failures last week, was it? Or 2 weeks ago? I can't remember.
I've done 2 weeks worth of failures.
Yeah, 2 weeks of failure trying to set up your emulator on your Steam Deck. And old Uncle Geeb and Hero of Time, community member, Hero of Time, just within an hour got both Twilight Princess and Wind Waker set up ready to go. And in addition to that, we also set up on my PC the Ocarina of Time. I don't know what it's called. There's it's a weird name, SIOH or something. That's the emulator for it. But it's Ocarina of Time. But like basically, if Nintendo were to enhance Ocarina of Time to where you would want to play it on the modern consoles like Switch and stuff, like 60 FPS, full right stick support, none of that jarry garbage camera garbage that was on the N64. Jarry garbage on the N64.
That jarry garbage.
No, I've actually beat the first dungeon. I beat it in like 20 minutes. And I'm like, this is a game changer. I'm playing with my Zelda Pro controller, Ocarina of Time with right stick control and with emulation, and I'm so happy I did it, man.
So the big problem I have with you getting that whole thing running on your PC, along with Hero helping you, I had the same help, but I didn't get it done, which means the problem in this equation is me. I'm the one who can't do it. So honestly, I really do need help.
Yeah.
All I want Twilight Princess and Wind Waker to play on my Steam Deck. And I know this is a very simple thing. I know it's very simple. I don't know what I'm doing to mess this up.
Yeah.
I followed everything on the video tutorials. It won't work. It doesn't even show up.
So you don't understand what's going on.
No.
Here's my question to you, Drip. Did you actually delete not just reset your Steam Deck, because I assume you did that already?
I reset the Steam Deck to factory.
And then you tried again?
Yeah, then we tried again. It still didn't
work. Did you mess up again?
Maybe.
You have to know. Like for me, I know. I did every click that Hero said, every setting. I had him repeat a couple times for certain things. Like that's how I didn't mess this up.
What emulator did you use to do it?
With Wii U with Simu.
Okay, and that's what I had. That's what I had downloaded with.
Yeah, but you're dealing with the Steam Deck.
It's an Emu Deck, but it just downloads all those things for you. Like I have that. Right. It's basically an easier way to put things where they need to go.
Right.
And I followed everything.
I don't know, man. You're having your struggles with it. I guess we can get off the subject now. I'll throw off my game, but we're getting back on the game here. And speaking of getting back on the game, I need to open up my next beverage here. So, Drip, beer of the week time. We have a listener beer of the week. We'll get to that after Drip and I reveal our beers of the week. But Drip, what do you got for your beverage this week?
I didn't do anything crazy. I went and looked to see if I was going to get anything else, but I'm going with the tried and true Busch Light Peach. It is a wonderful peach flavored Busch Light treat that
you're back on the train. You're back on Busch Peach train.
I am. And everybody knows how much I love the apple. Last year before that, the apple was my thing. Really loved it. I questioned the peach. When I first tried it, I was like, meh, it's all right. It's fine. It's whatever. It's grown on me. I do like it. I'm not the biggest peach fan, but I really find this delicious at this point. It's very good. I like it a lot. What is your
my beer of the week? I think you know
what it is. I saw it. You saw dog.
I picked up, Mrs. Geeb picked up a whole 30 pack because that's all they had at the store of Busch Peach. So we were indoctrined right away with a 30 pack. And so I'll say this about it. My first few sips of it, I was also like, you know what? This is a disappointment. I am
not apple.
Really disappointed. It's not only not apple, it's just not that good. I was just like, this isn't very good. The peach, I have an issue with the peach. It is real peach tasting, but it's just not quite
I do
there.
Like that. I do like the fact that it's a real peach, not like a peach ring or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And I was there. I was there for a while. And as I kept drinking them, I drink more like I said, I've had a few days off here. I've been drinking lots of them. And I don't know, man. Sizzle out there. I've been drinking it and drinking it and drinking it, and you know what? It's now good. It really has become the more I drink it, the more I'm like, you know what? This is tasty. This is a tasty
I think we were
beverage.
just so.
But Drip, it is not even even though it's tasty, it's nowhere near Apple. Like Apple crushes this.
Yeah, and I think you and I were both on that Apple train so hard that it was very hard to get off at the Peach stop and get on this train. It's fine.
When you handed me my first Bush Apple, my life was changed. That's all I drank for the next 2 years.
I was so happy for you to get here because I was like, oh my, I'm putting one in your hand as soon as you walk into my house, dude. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, that's what I drank. I mean, I had some stuff here and there, but Bush Apple is all I drank for like basically 2 years until we ran out and I couldn't buy anymore.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the beer of the week, guys. Thank you. Oh, wait, actually, wait.
Listener beer of the week.
Listener beer of the week this week. Thank you, Coca Baby, for submitting this week's listener beer of the week. Coca Baby has picked up. Actually, I'll just read what Coca Baby wrote because totally original content here. I humbly offer a summertime IPA featuring soft malt notes beneath a tidal wave of tropical and exotic citrus hop varieties. Hashtag beer of the week. No, ChatGPT did not write this message.
Wonderful.
Excuse me.
Makes me think.
Wonderful. We have it's by Block 15 Fresh Flow Indian Pale Ale. We got a nice bald eagle on the front, and we got like mountains. This bald eagle flying through mountains. It's a wonderful submission.
Very appropriate for the week.
Thank you, Coca Baby, for this week's listener beer of the week. Rip. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this episode. Just kidding. We're actually going to get to like the green beans of it. Now we'll start with, this is a newsy week for us. We don't typically do these that often these days, but here's a little newsy week for this. We have this week, actually I'll start with this. Japan announced, apparently, the whole country, Japan, the Switch sales in June were reportedly the record high for the Nintendo Switch in the month of June for Japan. Can you believe that, Drip? Is that not kind of crazy at this point?
Is it the highest June that they've had? Not the best month ever. It's just the best June since the Switch has been released, correct?
I guess that's the case. It's the best June figures, but that's like
inside of year 6 or 7. That's crazy.
That's 6 or 7 Junes worth of sales, and this is the best one in the 6th year.
That's weird.
Like, that's weird, man. All the sales numbers should be down for every month.
We talked about this a little bit,
but that was
Tears
May.
of the Kingdom helps.
I mean, yes, it does, but that was May.
But we talked about this. Think about this. We talked about this after the game came out, and we saw the first 3-day sales, the 10 million in 3 days, right? I said it to you. I've talked about it in videos. The hype online was big. This was like Animal Crossing level hype for a minute there. And it's still like, it's actually still like that. People are still like posting stuff about the builds they're doing, and it's getting really good now because people have had a lot of time with the game.
Yeah.
It's getting really, some of the builds.
I'm starting to dabble with it myself, and I built myself a little tank.
That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, I found one on TikTok. I think I'm going to do a video. Like, listen, I have a good video.
That's a good video.
I'm going to go find all the best builds and just do a video like
technically
all the best builds I've found in Tears of the Kingdom. But
technically Wood has already done that, but it wasn't the best. He just kind of picked a bunch of the ones that fans submitted to him. But you could do the best, like you like the quality. Pick like a 5 or 10.
Dude, this guy made a freaking, the Batmobile tumbler from Dark Knight. Mm-hmm. This guy made the tumbler, but it also had a detachable bat cycle inside of it. Like it, because the top was one of those winged glider things, right? So you know how those eventually disappear. So when it disappears, it just shoots the bike out because you're on the bike inside of it. Oh, it was amazing. It's crazy. But the point is, people are seeing this stuff online. They're like, okay, I got to get on this. Like, I like Zelda anyway. Wasn't going to get it, but I don't have a Switch, didn't want to do it. That's probably pushing a lot of people over the edge, especially.
Yes.
I mean, as big as it was, as big as it still is, I'm sure that has something to do with it. The sales,
that and the Mario and the June Direct that we had. Yeah, I think that because that got people really excited. Because I bet you there's a lot of fringe people were like, Tears of the Kingdom. I'm probably gonna get it for that, but you know what? I'm a Mario guy, and I'm not sure. June Direct was like for those people who are like, we're doing it. We're getting Tears of the Kingdom because that's obviously game of the year, and then we got Mario Wonder at the end of the year, and we got RPG coming back, and we got new, that was I think that a lot of Mario Nintendo fans that were fringe for the Switch were like, this is the time. The library is there. this is the time for June. I think it just all hit the right way. But Tears of the Kingdom definitely got that party started.
Yeah.
And speaking of Tears of the Kingdom,
hold on. Speaking of Mario, very quickly, got to do one quick update. I've been telling you my 7-year-old's playing Mario Odyssey, right?
Yeah.
She is at Bowser's Castle, Mario Odyssey. She's
That's
about to beat
awesome.
the game. And she's literally done. Like, I've helped her with the other ones a little bit here and there. She has literally done this one basically herself.
That's impressive because I had to help Mrs. Geeb.
Yeah. Dude. Well, she came in this morning. She was wanting help. And I'm like, you're at Bowser's Castle. I can't help you now. You've done way too much. If I help you now, it's going to take everything away from what you've done. Like, I can't do this for you. You got to do it. But she's so close. She's not here tonight. They went down to my mom's, my 2 little ones. But I guarantee she's going to beat that game probably tomorrow or the next day. She's there, man. It's crazy.
Awesome. That's awesome. Dripper in the best segue of the year.
I did, but I had to
Zelda Tears of the Kingdom has a patch 1.2.0, and here's why it's significant. Right? This patch does a couple different things. I guess we'll read it here. Certain specific Switch news channel across the home via player menu receive special in-game items. That's not a patch. You can get some special items with Tears of the Kingdom. Apparently, they did the same thing with Breath of the Wild to kind of endorse that game, and nothing crazy here. I'm not even gonna report.
What is it?
You can get some special items. Look into it if you want. I have not looked into it myself, but there it is. But I want to get to because these are small segments. I want to get to what we're to get to here. Depending on the state of gameplay progression, the location of which the data is reopened, there may be cases where the items cannot be received. So make sure you're in the right spot when you're receiving your item. But here's the actual fixes. We got to fix an issue where you're in a certain quest, something breaks. Okay, we fix that's standard stuff. Fix an issue preventing fairies from appearing under certain conditions. Standard stuff. They patching out some little bugs and issues.
Yeah.
A Lurlin village, whatever how you pronounce that. Lurlin. That's the beach village. There's an issue there. They fixed that. But here's the funny thing, Drip. Several issues have been addressed to improve gameplay experience, and that's the end of the patch notes. But notably, not in the patch notes is what they really did this whole patch for. Is to get rid of more of the dupe glitches.
That sucks. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No.
Every time they get rid of one, somebody finds another one.
Yeah.
And I guarantee this will be the same way, but these ones were good. You use these ones a lot.
Oh, yeah, the one that they recently patched, I used it. And I know, guys, I can turn on or turn off auto updates on my Switch or the game, whatever. I know I can do that. I didn't do that on purpose, though. I did not turn those on because I want these patches. I assuming that we're going to get some sort of performance patch in some way, and I'm not expecting anything crazy. I'm just saying if there's like a really big glitch or there's something, I want that to be patched out. I don't want to hold on to that old version just for some dupe glitch, dupe items.
Yeah.
I've duped what I need. I got as much money as I'm ever going to need.
I did.
I'm
that
good.
Sucks.
And I got plenty of, I could always use more of the other stuff that I can't dupe anymore, but I'm not upset. Like, it's okay. But I'm just miffed at the fact that they're like not even going to mention the dupe glitch. They're just like, and several issues have been addressed. Issues have been addressed to improve gameplay. You're lying to yourselves, Nintendo. We all know that's improving the gameplay because you made it everyone can agree. It's way too hard to get money in this game. Way too hard. And some of those items are annoying to get. Now, whether or not that's, just let the player play the way they want to play, Nintendo. Let the player play the way they want to play. Don't tell them that was an issue and we improved the game. No, you've actually hurt the gameplay experience for a lot of people. There's way too hard to get money in this game. And that was a big way to get money.
A lot of people like to play that way. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I feel you. Like, let them play how they want to play. I mean, look at
Mega Boyd. And Mega Boyd has 999, basically 1 million rupees.
I wish this was like Animal Crossing where you could just bring me some because I do not.
That's stupid,
I do not.
That's stupid, dude.
It is dumb.
Continue what you're saying.
It's like speedrunners doing what they do, glitching through stuff. Like, they don't really patch that stuff.
Yeah, fix that stuff.
Why is this the thing that they're like, oh no, you can't get more rupees. No, you can't do that. You can jump through walls and go underground through, a shield surf. You can do that. That's fine. But no extra rupees. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
I will say this.
A lot of sense.
I will say
it's
this.
It's not like it's hurting anything. The point is, it's not. it's not hurting anybody. It's not
No.
like you can sell these to other people. It's not like they're transferable. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I will say this. The speedrunner glitches, while they make it seem so simple, right? These speedrunners, because they're this is what they do. They do this kind of stuff. Excuse me for one second. Big belch. This is what they do, okay? But it's a multi-step process for most of those speedrun tricks. Most of them. It's like they say, oh, it's so super easy, guys. All you gotta do is A, B, C, and then
press
D,
pause,
F, G,
change
and then
over to this in the
then this, and then they do that, and then do that, and then time this right, and then you got it, guys. And here we go, we're good. And listen, I know some of them are easy to some people, but most people are not going to easily put off those glitches.
I tried some of them.
Because the one guy was like, Point Crow was like, this game is super broken. Look how crazy I'm like, yeah, man. If you like do a 10-step process per glitch, yeah, it's broken. But like for normal people are not going to be able to get these off in any sort of real time. But at the same time, these dupe glitches, any idiot can do. I'm an idiot. I could do these dupe glitches. So like those are simple. Anyone can do those issues. I understand why they got those out of the game, because that they can be concerned about, because anybody can do that. Where these speedrunning glitches.
Any bets on when the next one will be found and posted all over line?
I'm sure it's already out there right now. I'm sure there's one that they didn't even patch, because the last patch didn't include the dupe glitch that was around this time. They're probably getting to them slowly. We'll probably have like 1.6 tiers of the kingdom with like everyone's a dupe glitch patch, basically.
Maybe they'll give up eventually and there'll just be one that sticks.
I hope so. I really do hope so. I mean, but then again, it's not that big of a deal for me personally. You and anyone else who did
next time I find
stuff,
one, I need to hurry up and do it so it's done before they take it away. But
that is true.
yes.
Right. So, Drip, I think it's actually that time podcast.
It is that time.
This podcast is sponsored by Tomtoc. Tomtoc features their new FancyCase series. It features some very nice special joystick protection. It's got overall military level protection and these awesome YKK zippers. And also, it has a benefit of being water repellent. So you're not submerging this thing, but if you spill your drink while it's closed, or you spray some water,
or drop it in the toilet,
you're good to go. We both have the Zelda inspired case here from Tomtoc. It's wonderful. The inside's felt, it fits with my gear. I got this special edition console. We got the collector's edition. I got plenty of Zelda amiibos and stuff over there. It fits my daily go-to stuff. It fits my look and feel, and I really do like it. And Drip, I know you're a big Tomtoc supporter.
Massive. Yes, I've been using Tomtoc stuff for 4-5 years now. Literally everything I have is Tomtoc at this point. I have a Tomtoc case for my Switch. I have several Tomtoc cases for my Switch. My backpack's Tomtoc. My iPad Pro case is Tomtoc. My Steam Deck case is Tomtoc. Literally, if I have an electronic that needs a case, it's probably a Tomtoc. And the greatest thing about them is the ones I've got even 5 years ago still look the exact same as they did then. They hold up. They're made of awesome materials. Like you said, the YKK zippers, they don't fail. I mean, this stuff looks great. It lasts. I mean, it's you really can't go wrong with Tomtoc at all, ever.
No, you cannot. And also, you can go in our links. You can check out our links down below in this podcast. Check out all the links Tomtoc has here. You can get the FancyCase series for the Nintendo Switch down below in our description with our U.S. affiliate link. You can also check it out with our UK regular link. Also, don't forget to register your gear. Go to that link in our description down below, tomtoc.com/pages/register-bag. Okay, but the link's down below. Don't worry, it's a long thing, but you can just click it. And make sure when you get your Tomtoc case, you have a free 2-year warranty. So if anything happens to it under their guidelines, you're good, and your case is safe with that Tomtoc warranty. So please don't forget to register your Tomtoc products. And especially thank you for Tomtoc for sponsoring this episode. Drip. You know who's not sponsoring this episode?
Nintendo.
You got it. Good job. Nintendo is definitely not sponsoring this episode, and they're definitely not sponsoring or condoning this behavior that we have. That we have here, where we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 / Switch NX 2. I mean, I'm not really sure which direction to go with here. But yeah, I mean, we have some stuff to talk about with the Switch. I mean, we talked about it last week, Jared, but we know we talked about it a bunch last week. But this week we have there's some new information. There's new information this week.
Oh, so, yes, there is new information. Wow, how crazy is that, huh?
Yeah. We'll get to all that right now. So apparently, was it Spanish? I read the whole thing. There's a Spanish developer apparently connected to Metroid Dread. They apparently got their hands on a dev kit. Okay, not surprising because of course they're working on Metroid Dread. They're going to be able to they're going to need that dev kit for the next Switch because they'll be working for Nintendo and stuff. But what's weird is, not that company themselves, no, but somebody tweeted that they have information regarding that company from that they have a dev kit. Images, there's no links, there's nothing. We're basically going on the word of this tweet that said that this company is saying privately, because they would never do something like that publicly. They would ruin their image. They would ruin their relationship with Nintendo. So this is not official by this company. Just want that to be very clear here. This is like he said, she said situation about this dev kit. So, hey, Drip, I know you got some stuff.
No shit is what I have to say. Like, no shit. Oh my God. A developer that works for Nintendo that makes Nintendo Switch games and will be making Nintendo Switch 2 games has a dev kit. Holy shit. I mean, who could get this type of information is what how do you get this? What type of detective do you have to be to sniff this one out is what I want to know. Oh my, I am so impressed. How do you know? That's nuts. It's crazy. This guy is putting this tweet out. He is basically, this is another one of those, I'm sorry. This is another Samus Hunter bullshit leak. You know how I feel about this stuff, man. It's just so stupid, especially stuff like this. The only other thing this dude's got right, I believe, is Metroid Dread. And I'm sorry, Metroid Dread was a fucking DS game name. That shit's been around forever, okay? People already knew about that. That was a thing. That's why it wasn't a big surprise when Metroid Dread was called Metroid Dread. He got that right. Nothing else.
Yeah.
It's like I say all the time with these guys. You get just piles of shit and throw it at the wall. Something will stay up there. Yep, look at that. Just point to that one. Like, look. Doesn't matter how many other stains are there where my shit's falling off the wall. Look at that one. It's up there.
Yeah. We're going off the word of this guy. And
this is it.
The word of this guy is not a good word.
This is the part where I'm blown away. Blown away at this. So the
coverage on it's been crazy.
Yeah, it's blown up and there's nothing behind this. Nothing.
Yeah.
And somehow this means that the Switch is going to be announced in July, in this month. This means that. If I seem a little pissed off about this, it's because I am. Because I saw this stuff happening and didn't get a chance to look into it. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. We were like talking about that last week.
You were very excited, yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's so awesome. And then I looked into what it was and I was like, who the fuck is believing this? Like, who's believing this? There's nothing here that says, oh, this month for sure. Right there. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane.
It's silly. It's really silly. I mean, I really wish I had more to say, but I was excited. I was excited about the dev kit. When I heard this news, I was like, hey, this is many outlets and YouTubers talking about this. This is different. Okay. Then I actually
I know. I was excited.
Then I look into it. It's just like, this is not only not different, this is absolutely nothing. And I guess it's that slow of a week that this is what we have to push. I guess this is kind of last week's news. There is news for this week. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I mean, this piece of the news, this is just after this happened after our Thursday episode last week. Yeah, I mean, this is last week's news, and last week it was never even real news. This is just complete
clear what's happening.
Garbage.
Here. It's very clear what's happening here. These people watched the Drip and Geeb podcast last week. They saw my scenario in which the Switch is announced in July, released at the end of the year, and not only did I make you a believer out of that one, Geeb. If I can make you believe it and not give me any shit about it, I can fool anybody.
Yeah, I'm pretty tough to win over when
all these people saw our podcast. Obviously, thanks for listening, everybody. We really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Very, very happy to have you as listeners. And they took my little scenario there and they ran with it. I mean, I'm humbled, that they would take my.
You sound very humble.
Totally humble. I mean, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. It's fine. That's why I made it. It's fun to talk about. That's exactly why I made it. But this is all bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. And it pissed me off because I really thought for a second, I was like, oh man, what if it's right? What if it is actually going to be announced this month? Let's just talk about that real quick. The chances of this happening this month. Now, I said last week it would have to be before what's the 21st is Pikmin 4, right?
Yep, something like that.
So I said it would have to be within the first 20 days.
Actually,
of a little bit away
sooner
from
than
it.
that. I think it's sooner than that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't with all that information.
Somewhere in that ballpark. Yeah. No, it's 24th. Sounds right.
My whole point was it would have to be in the 21st or something like that. But it would have to be in the first 20 days. So this would have to happen. It would have to happen next week, probably. I just don't see that happening. And think about this. Like, let's say some of these people have these dev kits. I don't know how long they've had them, but of course they do. Of course they do. Why would they not? It would be weird if they didn't have them, right?
Our buddy Alex in the chat just said PS5 dev kits were sent out a year before it's released.
That's right. Those big, ugly V-shaped
To say
things.
that this new... I'm not saying... Maybe there's some right information in this, right? Maybe this guy is getting something here. But here's the thing. Like Alex just pointed out, it's not a debt... And maybe this is not even his fault. Maybe this is everybody else's is taking a blown out proportion. But, this is nothing. It means nothing. It just means that, yeah, we're getting a Switch soon. Now, to say that it's happening in July, announced in July, just because of this news, no, it's not. The report is that the leak, the fake.
It's not a report.
The leak is that they just got it. Like they just got it. Not that they've had it for a while. They just got it.
So if they just got it, then yeah, next year, just like we said, and like everybody's basically saying, yeah, probably. Yeah. Maybe mid-year next year, probably holiday next year. It just makes more sense.
Nintendo's next console will have a screen.
Geeb Hunter. Look out.
Geeb Hunter. Watch out, everybody. Yeah, this is garbage.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Listen, if this is a fucking leak, then everything I said last week, that's a leak. I'm a leaker.
Yeah. Well, you're the source actually that they always say are my sources.
I'm the unnamed. I am the unnamed source.
You're the unnamed source.
Fucking name myself. Hello.
Most sources don't.
I'm the source.
With these kind of people, most sources are unnamed sources. They never tell them that they're taking their yes and pretending that it's a real leak.
Yeah, unnamed source is Jiminy Cricket. Their conscience in their head. Unnamed source.
Unnamed source. It's my pain in my ass. Next up on the docket, it only gets better from here, guys.
More bullshit. Love it. Keep it coming.
Nintendo updates the developer portal for the Switch successor. So the portal, Nintendo developer exclusive site. So that's a very key piece of information here. Developer exclusive site is allegedly updated to reflect the Nintendo Switch's oncoming successor, codename included NX2. Okay, not NX, NX2. Okay, so here's what we got. A screenshot. And I guess I can show you guys a screenshot. It's in the thumbnail of the video. But I mean, this is the screenshot. Now, if you're asking where the screenshot come from, guys, the answer is the developer portal. Well, how do we see this developer
bullshit.
Portal? The developer portal is seen if you have a login as a developer.
That's
apparently,
convenient.
If you see that, if you have that login, apparently you go there. Who knows if it's still there? At this point, I bet you it's not. But apparently, at this point in time, potentially, you could see this, right? So we got, for audio listeners, it says, with Nintendo's typical writing, like the back of an Amiibo box or a game box, it says, supported by or it doesn't say supported, but it says, developer support, 3DS, Wii U, Nintendo Switch, and NX2. That's the news. That's the leak. That's what we have. We don't have a link. We don't have a website even. We kind of do, but you can't actually see it when you go there because you have to be a developer. So unless you know somebody's a developer and they give you their login, you can see for yourself. We're just going off of people like our lovely community member Power Mad, who so kindly shares the screenshot in our Discord so we can see it. And that's kind of our sources is random guy Power Mad. No offense, Power Mad. But like that's all we have to really go off of.
And
here.
I was
that's as reliable as a deep fake. No offense, Power Man. I love you. I'm sure you don't take any offense. But that's all.
Well, he found it on the internet, just like
right. It's just like a screenshot, man. What? This is news. This is what the leak. This is leaks. Really? Show me the proof. Show me the beef. Where's the beef, guys? There's no beef. I mean,
maybe it is there. Maybe it is there. But again, if it is,
maybe we can't see it.
Big fucking what? What does that mean? Like, what does that mean if it's in the developer part of Nintendo's online? Like, what the hell? What does that even mean? Cool.
It means that
so they have an area to develop games for the Nintendo Switch 2, just like they have fucking development kits for the Nintendo.
Yeah. Drip, here's what it means. It means that Nintendo is making another console. They're not. In fact, they're not retiring from the biz. They're gonna make more consoles, and they're even letting developers develop for it. So that's what all this means. Is that breaking news? It's just a little ridiculous to make such a big deal. I got my hopes up. I was gonna be Mr. Optimistic today, but I actually read this stuff today, and I'm like, there really is nothing here. I was going to try. I was going to do my best. I was going to be like, oh, Drip's pessimistic this week. Let me be optimistic. And I just can't. I'd be lying to you if I was optimistic.
I mean, and you know me. I'm usually Mr. Positive. Like, oh, no, it's coming. It's going to be awesome. No, I'm sorry. This means absolutely nothing. This is all just normal shit. This is business as usual. Like, the fact that it's been spun so hard into, oh, we're getting an announcement this month. Like, give me one shred of real evidence. Even I'll take. You know me, man. You throw me a crumb. I'll start down that. I'll start down that rabbit hole. Mm-hmm. I'll go. Just throw a crumb out. There's not even that. There's nothing. I don't even know how we got from. Okay, this guy's tweeting about this company has a dev kit to it's coming out. It's going to be announced this month. Like, where do those two things even line up? And then this too. More proof. Is it? More proof that Nintendo's not going to just, sell their company? Yeah, I guess. Cool. I didn't really need any more proof on that, but I mean, so here's a company. Let's take this, for example, and going into the tech world, I'm very in tune with that. Google is awful with like real leaks, not this bullshit fake stuff, like real leaks. And they've gotten to the point now, since their Pixel line of phones, they've actually gotten to the point now where they actually leak it themselves because it literally gets leaked before when they try to keep it a secret. Normal 1 year cycle of a phone, right? I don't know. Pixel 7's the newest one. Pixel 7 is on its way out, and it's going to be out in October. But like in January of that year, you see the whole thing. It's been leaked. So what they end up doing is months after they release the Pixel 6, they go, hey, here's the back of the Pixel 7. Get excited. They just show you it's not done yet. It's not a finished product, but they just show it to you. And I don't really know where I was going with this. I think I'm just trying to make a talking point here. We know it's coming.
It's
that's
just
the point.
Like Google, like that's what happens with Google, right? Like it's so silly that it's gotten silly with them. And I'm still upset with Google for not keeping this stuff better secrets. It's kind of stupid to really see these phones.
Apple can't keep
Google,
it secret
and I'm not just talking about like internet leaks. Google purchased a billboard and put the Pixel 7, or for example, I don't know which phone it was exactly, but one of these phone leaks one year, they paid for a real billboard in a real town, in a real city. And you could see the new phone that didn't come out for 6 months on the billboard.
Would have been really funny.
That's how funny the situation is with Google.
What would have been way more funny is if it would have been wrong and Google still made the ad and put it up like, yep, there it is, dipshits.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but here's the thing.
But my point is with Nintendo though, like they're good at keeping their secrets.
Yes, they are. They're
very good at it. Like, and like we have to grasp at these straws to even see a little bit of something.
I did see this because I started watching.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I need to say this though. All of our thumbnails I make for this stuff, these are just renders. Like we don't even with other phones and stuff. I know it's a year thing. This is not a console. It's different.
We've been using these same renders for years.
Right. It's like I don't even have anything to show you. That's why I put a render out there. Like there's nothing. There's nothing here. Sorry, Drip.
There was something else too. Just to your point there. Where did I see? I think it was in one of Zach's videos. I was trying to catch up on all this stuff today. He brought something up that was an interesting point that I forgot about. There was some talk somewhere online about these dev kits that are being sent out because okay, cool, they are. They don't have whatever the actual controllers are with them because I guess that might be what a big secret is. But Nintendo filed a patent for like rollers on the tops of the.
To compare it, the best comparison would be your middle button on your mouse. Yeah. Basically just one of those, like which
is a very interesting thing. Like that could actually be very cool. But I guess these things are just shipping with regular Pro controllers. But I guess it's a filed Nintendo patent, so it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing. But we've seen all kinds of weird shit that they've done. Some of it comes true, some of it doesn't. So that could be a thing. That is interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. On that point, though, I mean, if you look at speaking of going back to tech world, like Apple, for example, stuff that they have patented, they have stuff that patented that's never actually going to get out there. There's plenty of things.
They just do it so no one else can do it.
No one else can do it, and they can make their own version of it when it's ready for production for the masses, and they can perfect it, because that's what Apple does.
They wait on everything. Everyone's had it 5 years, and then Apple does it, but it's fucking perfect.
Yes. So that's also, the patent means nothing right now, but it doesn't mean that in the future we couldn't be dealing with, hopefully it's not like a literal mouse button. Hopefully it's more like I'd prefer like touch sensitive as me because.
Okay. But what would be cool with something like that is what you can do, because we're missing a big thing on these, and that's the analog.
You're talking on Joy-Cons. You're talking about analog joystick.
Anything, even the Pro controllers. We don't have analog like so,
right stick. Or I'm sorry, not right stick. What is that thing called? The trigger.
Yeah, the triggers. We don't have analog triggers, but you don't play a lot of racing games, really. But that's like for a racing game, and for some other things, like that analog trigger is so important. But with a little rolly thing like that, like you could totally use that as a throttle.
I like it if it's an addition to a controller where
not replacing
or not the main feature gimmick, right?
Yeah.
I don't want that.
I doubt it.
I don't want another Wii. I never want another as cool as the Wii was for what it was. I never ever want Nintendo to do what they did again with that, where the gimmick is the controller. Like the Joy-Cons feature the same kind of gimmick, but it's not the controller. You can still use buttons normally. Right. And sticks. The Wii was an issue where that was the controller. The gimmick was a controller. Please, Nintendo, never do that again. Ever.
Yeah, it's
optional, or even some games require it. That's fine.
It's ran its course. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, but I don't think that's a big enough thing to be like the gimmick. It's a nice extra feature, something new, but I don't think it's like the gimmick.
Yeah, like let's look at Xbox for a second, because they're behind Nintendo, they're behind Sony, right? And they just try to compete with Sony, and that's their problem, is that Sony beats them every time. No, we're not talking about games here, although you could probably argue that as well.
No, they do.
But like they're trying to make another sports car I can't make an analogy for this. I'm not even going to try to make an analogy for this. They're behind Nintendo in terms of fun factor, and they're behind Sony in terms of sales and what they're trying to do, because Sony's doing what they do better. It would be cool if Xbox was like, you know what? Not the Kinect, because that was stupid. Let's do a real gimmick, like a Nintendo gimmick for ourselves. And like now we're the ones who compete with Nintendo. That would probably be smart at this point.
That would be crazy.
Xbox should really
up to the plate against Nintendo like that. Like actually, like we've seen the handhelds. Everybody's jumping on the hand, but they're still not like in Nintendo's lane. They're just handheld PCs, which is fine. They're cool. I mean, Steam Deck's awesome. Love it. But it's not the Switch. It's a totally different thing. But yeah, you're right. What if somebody just stepped in to Nintendo's ring and challenge them. That would be very interesting to see.
Valve, more accurately Valve might try with the Steam Deck as their start. This has been success for them. They may continue to try to enter the ball game. They're not there yet. They're going to continue to make products to enter the ball game where they're on the same level as Nintendo, and then maybe one day they can sort of be there, but maybe not. Maybe Valve is really just trying to be the best handheld PC. Which, if that's the case, that's also a good track for them too.
Yeah,
but somebody should really try to compete with Nintendo. I'm sick of paying the Nintendo tax for. Sorry, like Pikmin 1 and 2 has been great. It's been a lot of fun. I've just beat Pikmin 1 yesterday. Let me tell you something. $30 is a travesty of a price for that game.
That doesn't matter. Even if somebody else comes to compete, you're not going to be able to get that game anywhere else. Nintendo's not going to let them have it. You're still going to be paying it.
Right. But right. But at the same time, it's like, I guess that's not, I don't know. I think Nintendo would be less inclined to do that with every single one of their games, to overprice it that high.
If they actually had
some competition
right alongside.
Not necessarily direct competition with games, because they can't sell Pikmin 1. But maybe Nintendo's like, maybe we shouldn't charge 300% the value for this game. Maybe we should actually just do 100% upcharge.
I don't know. Either way, it's just back around to the original point here.
Yeah.
None of this has anything behind it. I mean, you know me. I'll say it again. You throw me one breadcrumb, I will jump down that rabbit hole and I will not come back. We will go all the way to the moon, down to the moon, to the moon, down the rabbit hole to the moon. That's how you get to the moon if you don't know. Just a fun fact for you. But I'm all about that. You know me. I love it. This is horseshit. All of it. Every little bit of this. There's not one thing in any of this that tells me, yeah, it's coming this month. I mean, honestly, I'm making jokes about it, but it literally sounds like what we said last week, like our made up scenario where I told you, okay, if it comes out in July, that's all it sounds like. It sounds like somebody heard something like that. I mean, probably not what we said, probably not what I was talking about last week, but I'm sure somebody heard July out there somewhere, made all this other stuff up, saw this stupid thing. Oh, they got a dev kit. Like, fucking cares. Of course they do. Of course they do. They're working on Switch 2 games. Nintendo's working on Switch 2 games. Like, okay, yeah. Let's not send these dev kits. Let's not send them out until we're gonna announce the Switch 2. Because that makes sense. We don't want any games at launch. That would be really stupid. Games at launch? Why would we do that? Who wants those? Not me.
The Wii U did the same thing. Why you don't need the games at launch?
I mean, PlayStation 5 did the same thing, actually. I mean, but the point is, and it's I've made the point 3 times, but it's just so stupid. Of course people have dev kits. Yeah. I want the picture of it. I want to see what it looks like. I would like to see what it looks like.
Dev kit?
Yeah.
Well,
do you remember the PlayStation 5 leaked dev kit? It was an ugly son of a bitch. Oh my God. It looked like it was a giant V-shaped, like, the inside the PlayStation 5, inside the white part, like where the vents are, like go up around where it's lit. It looked like that, only 2 of them laying down in a V shape. They were mad. It was huge, man. It was the ugliest thing. And everyone was like, I hope this isn't what it looks like. Like, obviously, it's not what it's going to look like. But
the Retro Future on YouTube, he does some good content. He actually gets his hands on a lot of handheld Nintendo dev kits. And some of the DS dev kits were weird looking. And the weirdest one I saw was the Wii dev kit. That was it was a GameCube dev kit. It was like a box. It was just like a computer from the 90s, but like shrink down. That was the dev kit for the Wii. So yeah, they can look pretty crazy. It would be kind of cool to see the dev kit for that.
I wonder what the difference is between this one. Let's just say it is a Switch 2, so we're dealing with basically the same thing here. I wonder how far off it is from what the Switch dev kit looked like.
I don't know. It'd be interesting to see, but we don't see it. We can't see it. We don't see it. We're not going to see it for at least a long time. Hey, who knows? Maybe next week. I say that, but the next week it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some people in the chat right now saying it's happening next week. I'd want to know. Hey, we're going to talk about it in the after show.
The Switch itself.
I want your sources announced. I want your sources. Drop them in the chat.
Listen, if you think that, feel free to listen to last week's podcast if you didn't already, because we went over all the scenario. Drip, Put a lot of work into that. All the scenarios that are possible, and they're all legit. They're not. He doesn't have any factual information. That's not the point.
No, it's just
the point is that based on logic. Here's the scenarios that are possible if this thing is coming out before 2025. And he laid 3 options out for you. And one of his options might come to fruition here. This prophecy might actually happen, and that'd be kind of crazy.
Okay,
and,
but you know what's funny,
we better get some
though?
coverage for that.
You know what's funny, though? That was the July one. That was the one that took the most work to actually make it like function and actually have a timeline and really actually all play out. That was the hardest one. I don't know if you noticed, but that was the one that took me the longest to explain because I had to justify like 400 things to make sure that you understood that this is why. The biggest one that you thought I was going to forget was backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
That's why Nintendo can keep releasing games and say it doesn't matter. Play them on your Switch. You can play them on your new Switch too.
Yes. Before we actually cut off here and go to the after show, that's like one of the only real things that we have right now. We talked about it last week, but we'll reiterate here.
Primitive Pug says my uncle's best friend knows a guy at Nintendo.
Yeah, I was hoping that was fake and a joke. Better be a joke. What was I saying?
Give your uncle my number, please. We need to talk.
You made me forget what I was saying.
We were talking
week.
about I'm sorry. My scenario and how my made up Switch coming out this month was backwards compatible so they can keep selling the games.
Right. So backwards compatibility. The only thing we really know right now from Nintendo themselves is that the next console will push over the account system from the Switch.
Right.
So the Switch, it's like your Nintendo account, when you log on to Nintendo.com and you go to account and you sign in, that's all the same exact stuff on this next Switch. That's the only thing that's confirmed. And we can make our assumptions. We made our assumptions last week. Listen to that. Link's not down below, but it's on our channel. You can find out. Listen to it. But yeah, I mean, that's the only thing we know. And it would be great to know more. But I'm content with, I said this last week, I'm very, very content with my Switch. As we've drug on here with these rumors, and we took a long break with rumors because of Tears Kingdom and other things,
Yeah.
I have gotten less and less interested in a new Switch. That doesn't mean I don't want a new Switch. What it means is I could care less if it's coming out tomorrow or if it's coming out in 2024 holiday. I'm so converted from like a powerhouse PC guy like I used to be, and now I'm like totally on team Switch is life, bro.
How much it warms my heart to hear you say that,
dude. I'm in love. I'm playing Wind Waker today on stream, and I'm loving it. I can't believe I missed out.
Absolutely beautiful.
Can't believe I missed out on that when it came out. I would have been the biggest nerd if I was a kid playing those games. Like I would have been just like you now, except for I'm not. I'm new. I'm getting into all this, and it's not fake. Like if anybody thinks that I'm for 1 second faking any of this,
fake Nintendo fan.
I have been converted like somebody who just became a Christian or something. I don't know. I've been baptized, baby. Breath of the Wild baptized the shit out of me for being a Nintendo fan, and I'm here for it now.
I know you're not worried about a new Switch, but you do have to remember this too. All my prophecies last week, all my scenarios. There is a Switch coming out. We are going to get a Switch announced this month.
I'm not even gonna look at you. I can't look at you. I gotta look at this.
It's gonna happen. The Switch Lite OLED's a real thing. I will die on this hill. The Switch Lite OLED is a real thing. It's gonna happen. Everyone's pumped for an announcement or something this month, and everyone except me is gonna be really disappointed because it's not gonna be the Switch 2. It's gonna be the Switch Lite OLED coming in at $249. Brand new colors, OLED screen, just absolutely beautiful. It's going to be great. Can't wait to see it. We'll see the new Switch next holiday. This will keep the sales going. It's going to keep everything floating along as it needs to be. We'll probably get a Mario Wonder special edition. It's going to be great. It'll be fantastic. GB there?
I'm here. You're going to have to end this podcast. I'm done.
Well, I don't know how to end it. I can't do it. I don't know what to say.
I'm not saying a word.
That's all for no, I can't do it, dude. I don't
care.
Part.
We're going to sit here through this pain until you end it.
No, I'm not. I can't.
I'm unplugging my microphone.
I don't even know what you say to end it. How do we do this? Thad's, I don't even know. I didn't know you started. I know you say listen to it on Spotify, and then you say goodbye. That's all I got. Tomtoc should drop Geeb. Tomtoc should drop Geeb.
You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, or anywhere you find a podcast. That's not the ending, though. Thank you guys for listening to this podcast. If you want to check this podcast out after it's been live, you can find it right here on YouTube on Mondays. You can also listen to it on audio platforms and watch it on Spotify or YouTube Music anytime after the recording of this, after this stream is over. Once I can upload it, that's up to YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching this podcast. Thanks for listening to this podcast. Thank you for Tomtoc for sponsoring today's episode. Thank you to Drip for being a dummy. I don't know where I was going to come up with there. A dummy. Hey. And we'll see you guys. When
it happens, we'll see who's a dummy. When it happens, we'll see.
See you next week.
Bye.